Dear students, it is the last video of this lesson. In this video, we shall see how the girl then reacted and how the narrator knew that it was time for her to go and how she decided that she would never come back that place again and that she would forget all those precious things that belonged to her mother. The girl laughed again. The girl, she was a young girl, and she laughed when the narrator remarked thus. I bet you don't know it is either. I looked intently at her. What we eat with? She asked. The girl said that she was going to bet that the narrator did not know what utensils they used. Though the narrator knew, but the narrator had not told her that those utensils or those things, those cutlery, those antiques belonged to her, and so the girl was expressing, she was telling about the things that she had. I jumped up. I was forgetting the time. I must catch my train. The narrator looked at her watch and now she jumped up. She came to know that it was time for her to leave, that the time of the train was coming nearer. I was forgetting the time. She said that she had been forgetting the time. She was sitting there for a long time. I must catch my train. She said that she should leave that place in order to catch her train. She had her hand on the drawer. Don't you want to wait for my mother? Mrs. Dorling's girl held her hand on the drawer and asked the narrator if she did not want to visit her mother. No, I must go. I walked to the door. The girl pulled the drawer open. I can find my own way. Now, the narrator remarked that it was necessary for her to leave, it was necessary for her to go, and so she could not wait. Mrs. Dorling, she now walked towards the door. The girl pulled the drawer open, and thus the narrator could find her own way. As I walked down the passage, I heard the jingling of spoons and forks. When she moved ahead through the passage, she heard the jingling of spoons and forks as Mrs. Dorling's girl was keeping those things. At the corner of the road, I looked up at the nameplate. Marconi Street. Once again, the narrator looked at the corner. There was a nameplate and it read Marconi Street. It said, I had been at number 46. The address was correct. The narrator said that he had been at the correct address. She had been at number 46. She had been to Mrs. Dorling's house. The address was correct, but now I did not want to remember it anymore. Though the narrator had reached the correct address, but she did not want to remember that address anymore because she felt that her mother's belongings had been arranged there in tasteless way and probably Mrs. Dorling was a greedy lady. She did not want to return. I would not go back there because the objects that are linked in your memory with the familiar life of former times instantly lose their value when sold from them. You see them again in strange surroundings. The narrator here describes that those things or any other thing that belong to you, they lose their value if they are found in different surroundings, if they are found arranged tastelessly, and if the person who keeps it feels greedy, does not want to return, and the same thing was happening there. The things were in a strange surrounding, and Mrs. Dorling did not want to return her those things that belonged to her mother. And what should I have done with them in a small rented room where the threads of black out paper still hung along the windows and no more than a handful of cutlery fitted in the narrow table drawer? And now the narrator felt that there was no use for her for those precious things because she was living in a small rented room and she had a handful of cutlery. There was not enough space in her room to keep those things. She had a handful of cutlery that could fit in her drawer, and those things could not fit there. I resolved to forget the address. Of all the things I had to forget, that would be the easiest. She now made up her mind that she would forget that address. She would never visit that place again, and she thinks that of all the things that she wanted to forget, it was easy for her to forget. It was the easiest one. Now the question rises why the narrator want to forget the address. It is because the narrator found her things arranged in a tasteless way. She also came to know that Mrs. Dorling was a greedy lady. She did not want to return those things. The third thing was that she felt that those things would bring back the memory of her mother and her other beloved ones, and thus she would be always pained. So she resolved that she should forget the address, and that's why she left, making her up her mind that she would never come back to that place again. Dear students, now this lesson has been completed. Later we shall read the next lesson in other videos. Thank you.